Well, it's me again. So I'm looking a bit rough. I've got a Mexican party in a couple of weeks. I'm trying to grow a sort of Mexican moustache. So we'll see how that goes. But I wanted to talk to you today about a book I'm actually writing on Twitter at the moment. I know it's not the format for long-winded sort of conversations and what have you, but I thought I'd give it a chance. So I thought I'd read a bit of an excerpt from it, and hopefully it might interest some people, and it might make some people want to read more of my work, which, as you know, is on Amazon and a couple of the other sites like eBay and I can't think of the other one offhand, but it'll come to me. But here we go. The young male realised he wasn't alone. The cave walls seemed to be moving. So, how many people were in here with him? He felt like he should be panicking, but it felt like they were all in the same situation. He wanted to get out into the open, at least to get out into the daylight. Perhaps it was night. Right now he wasn't even thinking straight. He was disorientated, but still there was a calmness about the situation. What he should have been wondering was, why were they all huddled in a cave? Was it shelter, or was it that they were hiding? But for the young boy, he had seemed to be hiding his entire short existence, because what he was doing couldn't be classed as living. He was luckier than most. His dad left him alone. He had to grow up fast, always thinking when he was old life would be better. But to this point, the only thing that was consistent was one set of problems were replaced by another. He had had opportunities to go away with others, but when his parents were together, perhaps stress, perhaps something else, he'd been a bedwetter. This with all these other issues had made life that much more complicated. He got embarrassed enough as it was, but a school trip. The boy's name was Christopher, and it was the not knowing that was beginning to stress him out. Whatever was out there, it couldn't be that bad, could it? He had lived in the shadows his whole life. If this was not his world, then the rules he had always played by were not important. Christopher pushed himself to his feet. He felt someone try to hold him, but he shook off the hand with no real effort. He tried to get his bearings, trying to find any light that might be illuminating the cave. It was hard to tell. Clearly it was night. There was a chill. There seemed to be a gentle slope in one direction, which didn't really help, but he had to make a choice. There was no draft to give him a clue. If he was wrong, he could always retrace his tracks. How many people were down here? Chris had almost fallen over a dozen people as he made his way up the tunnel. It did seem like he had guessed right. There was a slight breeze, and he could smell what smelled a lot like wild mint when it was crushed beneath feet. A few more hands had tried to grab him, but if he had had any fear, curiosity had taken over. There was a bluish light ahead, and just about to step out into the night air when he heard a voice. He hadn't heard her before, but there was something so familiar. You know the world out there. That was what drove you in here. Now do you want to go back to that life? What future will you have in your world? Here, what isolated you from those around you will lift you to the heights you never dreamed of. But why would my imagination take me to such a place as this? Wouldn't it take me into the light? What did you used to do? Say, when your parents were fighting. I used to hide under my covers, wishing that they would just go away. This is where you feel safe. The young woman came from the shadows. She was blonde. She had blonde hair. Her eyes were dark. Her lips wore a small smile. Hi, I'm Mary. We have all had to make this decision before now. Some go back, but most stay. The world here has no limits like the one you left behind. Well, that's part of the first chapter, so hopefully you might be able to find me on a certain site. Okay, you take care. Bye.